Hello everybody, this is Lara at Pure Elliott Wave with your weekly oil video for the trading week ending Friday 11th of March, and I am recording this nearly 5 p.m. New York time after New York is closed, so I've got final volume data for you. There's only one Elliott Wave count left at this stage, and we have a huge bearish engulfing candlestick pattern on the daily chart after the upward trend reached very extreme and RSI reached deeply overbought, strongly suggesting the end of a third wave. I'm using Fibonacci ratios and an Elliott Wave channel to indicate where I expect support. I'm expecting a consolidation to unfold for intermediate 4. We may see support about 103.85, maybe a little bit below. Elliott Wave analysis first, classic analysis last. This Elliott Wave analysis has long been very bullish, and I've expected for a long time that there should be a sustainable low down here. We're looking for the end of cycle wave 1, and primary 5 within it is incomplete. When it is complete, I'll expect a big trend change, but not yet. I expect overall the upward trend remains, but I'm expecting a consolidation before it resumes for a final high. When cycle 1 is over, I'll expect a bear market for cycle 2 to last maybe a year. I'll expect it to find support at the upper edge of this channel, so this channel on the monthly chart is going to continue to be important. Draw it from this prior high for oil here, across this high here, draw it on a semi-log scale, put a parallel copy down on this low here. This trend channel provided resistance, a pullback, price broke through, a back test of support, a slight move back into the channel, up and away, another back test perfectly at support. So this trend line has reasonable technical significance. I will expect it to provide support for cycle 2 when it arrives. Cycle 2 may not move beyond the start of 1 below 10.24. Let's take a look at the structure of cycle 1 on a weekly chart from this low here, this point here, cycle wave 1 unfolding as impulse with primary 1 not extended, primary 2 a flash or a zigzag, primary 3 an extension, primary 4 a double zigzag, and now primary 5 extending and proving to be very strong with intermediate 1, 2 and 3 complete. Now intermediate 4 might find support at the upper edge of this channel, which is drawn on the weekly chart. I've drawn it from the start of super cycle 3 to this low here with a copy up in this high. It provided resistance here. 2 weeks ago we saw an upward breakout. We're now seeing some downward movement. Look out for support there. Intermediate wave 4 may not move into intermediate wave 1 price territory below 85.41. Within primary 5 we can see intermediate 1, 2, 3, 4 and then we'll expect 5. So this upward movement is the end of minor 5 to end intermediate 3. Fifth waves to end third waves 1 degree higher can be particularly strong for commodities, and so this has a normal look for this particular market. I've drawn an Elliott channel from 1 to 3 with a copy on 2. Let's expect intermediate 4 may find support at the lower edge of that channel if it gets down there. This channel perfectly showed where minor 4 found support, an overshoot here for minor 2, that's okay. Intermediate 4 may not move into wave 1 price territory below 85.41. Intermediate 4 may subdivide as any of one of more than 23 corrective structures. It may not move into wave 1 territory, and it's most likely to illustrate or exhibit some alternation with intermediate 2, which was a double zigzag lasting 28 sessions. I'll expect intermediate 4 to be more brief. Fourth waves usually are more brief and shallow than their counterparts second waves, particularly after the end of a really strong third wave right before them. So I won't expect it to last as long as 28 seconds, maybe a Fibonacci 13 sessions possibly. Within it, I'll expect a consolidation or bounce for minor B to probably unfold next week. Classic analysis now. And this week I have reasonable confidence we really do have a high. This is not a dark cloud cover. It hasn't closed halfway within the real body of the prior candlestick, but it's very close. It has a bearish upper wick, but it's also got a bit of a bullish long lower wick. But when we get to the daily chart, we'll see a really strong bearish candlestick. So this is bearish, not as strong as the one at the daily chart level, but it is bearish. Look out for support about 95. On balance volume made new highs with price, no divergence. RSI reached reasonably overbought. It can remain there for a few weeks, but it's reasonable at that high, so it's reasonable to expect a reaction now. ADX is a lagging indicator, still indicating an upward trend, and at this time frame it has not reached extreme yet. Stochastics overbought, ATR showing a strong increase as price rises, normal for the end of a third wave. And here's a huge bearish engulfing candlestick pattern, engulfing both of these candlesticks, not quite these, but kind of close, but definitely engulfing both of these. It's got a huge range and it's got some push from volume, so that's very bearish. Look for support at 95. I'd expect to see some slow sideways movement with declining range as a B wave moves forward or sideways or up, moves sideways or upward. It may be a bounce, but most likely a choppy consolidation before the final little pullback down to end this larger pullback. A bit of support about 95 in the first instance, below that 85. On balance volume confirmed new highs, no divergence, no range, no signal this week. ADX is declining, there's no clear trend at this time frame anymore, and the previous upward trend was above 45 and the ADX line was above both DX lines, so this upward trend reached very extreme. RSI reached deeply overbought, and now we have a huge bearish candlestick. That should give us reasonable confidence in this high, at least for the short to mid-term. Stochastics neutral, ATR increasing as price rises, normal for the end of a third wave, so that supports the Elliott Wave count, at least seeing a third wave over at that high. That's all from me this week with your oil analysis. I hope all our members are looking forward to a fabulous weekend.